viendo Canal América, televisión dominicana para el mundo.
Time for Truth Show is sponsored by the Office of Dr. Bernard Fialkoff, a periodontal, dental implant and laser specialist in New York City, for over 40 years. Dr. Fialkoff was honored by the International College of Dentists and Pierre Fauchard, and received the Presidential Lifetime Humanitarian Honor from the White House. Call us at 718-229-3838.
Sometimes life can be so damn hard. You don't know where to go. Everything keeps falling apart. Yeah. You try to do your best, but only God knows that you've given everything you've got, but the world takes you down. You just keep moving on. Let your fears.
Welcome to a Time for Truth show. It's a pleasure to be back with you again tonight. I'm your host, Dr. Bernard Fialkoff, and this is your special place, the space where you get to meet those world leaders who are actually changing our world for the better in a more positive vein, positive direction. And tonight, we have one such person. She came to us all the way from Massachusetts, and we're very honored and lucky to have her with us on a Time for Truth show, and dealing with many issues that are plaguing really all our communities across the entire country. And so, Buddha, if you will, let's put up her pictures on the screen, and we'll introduce our viewers to Councilwoman Maria Tavares. She is a councilwoman of Brockton, Massachusetts, Ward 2, and a dedicated community leader, elected lawmaker. She's known for her strong advocacy in public health, senior services, and community safety. She has spent years working for families affected by addiction, housing challenges, and economic hardship. Drawing from her experience both in public service and community care, Maria focuses on creating access to education, prevention programs, and culturally inclusive support for vulnerable populations. Her work emphasizes compassion, accountability, and equal opportunity. Very important tenet, equal opportunity for all residents. She continues to serve with a commitment to building a healthier, safer, and more informed community. And Buddha, if you will, let's bring her up live and bid a warm welcome to Councilwoman Maria Tavares to a Time for Truth show. Welcome.
Welcome, and thank you so much, Dr. Bernard, for inviting me and to having me tonight.
Oh, it's a pleasure
my honor.
to have you.
It's my honor to be here tonight.
Well, thank you for taking the time.
Thank you for inviting me.
It's quite all right. You know, I was going to ask you a question first. When you were a young girl, did you always know you were going to do this?
Well, let me tell you about my story a little bit. I can tell you since I remember I was 9 years old. I remember the night I was talking to my father, for my late father. He's not here today with us, but I am still have him present. I was telling my dad I want to come to the United States, and my dad was asking me why I need to choose the United States. I said, because here I see the future, the way it can help people. Then my dream started helping people. I find my talent helping people since I was 9 years old.
Wow, so it's been like a lifelong dream of yours.
Lifelong. I believe I born with that.
Very interesting. You know, it's like, I was going to ask you, were there some personal experiences or events that occurred in your life that kind of geared you in that direction?
Well, for some reason, I believe I born and raised in a good, such a neighborhood, very humble person. And I remember I'm always visit house to house. Then I find out people in need a lot of help. And my goal is always, how can I help them? And I love talking to Moon and Star. I believe on Star and talk to Moon. I said to Moon, one day you're going to be making me in position to help this family. And the time when I was talking to my dad was like, your people, those folks, they are in the same situation you are. How can you help them if you guys are in the same situation? I said, Dad, if I help him travel to the United States, I will be able to do so. That was my big dream.
It's beautiful, and here you are.
And then I was the first in generation come to this country. I am the first in generation achieve what I am achieving right now.
Well, you set the bar very high.
Yes, that was the attitude since 9 years old. Remember very clear like today.
That's beautiful. You know, you're a strong advocate for helping those with drug dependency, substance problems. What do you see in your community in terms of this drug, problem that we're facing, this crisis that's really affecting the entire country?
Well, like the guy was just saying, this is not only here; it's all over the world. Actually, I'm just talking about Brockton. Kind of what we deal right now. The situation is very complicated. We just kind of find out. Actually, we just passed the law through the homelessness. And before I pass those laws, I want to make sure I do something right. I start visit those homeless, talk to them. Why you here? Why you chose this life? Why you in this life right now? The answer was like the financial hardship. And some of them saying, because I lost my family. Then for them to escape, they decide to be in this wrong way, which they think they so believe the wrong way will make them change their life, which make them worse and complicated. And as of right now, we deal with a tough situation, very sadness. And then I have a friend of mine going through with the, kids and family, a lot situation, very complicated, which is very sad.
Absolutely. It's sometimes you see people and they take steps in the wrong direction and they never get back. They're stuck in that vein. And I know you were talking to me before the show that you're a strong advocate for this Way to Happiness booklet. And I was going to ask you, what is it that you found within this book? Why is it that you find that it really helps people?
Well, this book, oh my God, this book was very inspired by the woman was giving me a tour and training, talk about this book. For some reason, that time I wasn't going through the divorce process.
Yes.
And this book helped me, my mental. And then I like the way she was expressed, the way she was giving us a tour and train us, saying like, when you work with your mental, your body will be stay healthy. But when you work with your sentimental, which is talking about here,
yes,
your body will get weak. And then the time I was a little weak, I was trying to pretend I was strong. Then I said, I need to get that book, which I still have this book, like, all over the place, like in my money. All right. This book was helping me so much. That time I went through so much, like, hardship. And I literally find out this book, like the way they express when you work with your mental, you can able to maneuver everything and make you strong. And then I literally recommend whatever people seen this, if you're going through like, hardship or divorce or whatever issue you're going through, this book, I think it will make you escape for a lot of trouble.
Yeah, well, it has a very interesting title, right?
Yes.
The Way to Happiness.
The Way to Happiness.
Who is not looking for happiness? I know I would love that.
I believe happiness. It. The word is so beautiful. When you read this book, I feel like, forget about my problem. And then let me stick with this beautiful life God gave it to us to have. Because we born, and no matter what circumstance we go, is just the process. But the life is so beautiful behind us. But if you read this book, you can see the way life is.
Absolutely, makes sense. And you're also a strong advocate for the homeless, right?
Yes.
So tell me a little bit about that.
Let me just tell you, before I became city council, I was the first Black woman, female, appoint as a code enforcement officer. At that time, during I was working the process, my goal as a code enforcement was not literally to punish people, but was literally to educate people. That's why I believe in so much in education. Educate people how to be in compliance. Then for some reason, I think I was very successful through the education. Then the day someone said, literally, you got to run for office, without know what I'm doing. Then I was
out of the blue.
Out of the blue. I said, how can I run for office? Like, there's no way for me to run against 7 people. Those folks, they're born here, raised here. There's no way for me to be able to beat them. And then they said, yes, you will. You don't need to debate them, but you're going to win. And then I said, well, I believe I was pray. I was so strong. And then I said, okay, I'm not going to give you the answer right now, but I come back with the answer. Then I was pray for God. I said, God, if you chose me for this, if it's your mission, I will take it. And then after that, I dream I need to take that position. Come to my dream, the answer come right there. Because I think my belief is so bigger, and I think it's very powerful. Any decision I make I'm always go to God and pray. And in a dream, I get the answer. And this is the relation I have with the God.
That's beautiful. You're a very spiritual person.
I am. I believe so.
That's very nice.
Yes.
And so now I see that, because I met you at a special event in the Harlem, community center of the Church of Scientology, and you were there, and I found it very interesting. And you brought some proclamations, right?
Exactly. I bring some proclamation to Matt. This is actually, I am on the behalf of Senator Rita Mendy.
The Commonwealth of Massachusetts.
Exactly.
Okay, I'll hold it like this. And
she is the person, literally, I admire her. The time we was counselor together. For some reason, she got promoted, and she decided to run for, for senator. Actually, for state representative that time. And she did. She's a very powerful woman. She cares for the peoples as well. And today she gave me citation to just kind of to bring to Matt today.
It's very
which
beautiful.
Is like, 70. And I have another citation.
That's very interesting. And now, this is for, I was reading here, the 75th anniversary of Dianetics.
Correct.
Okay. And you said that you brought this. There was someone specifically that you met.
Yes. As for someone specific, I bring the citation. And then the person is the president from a
foundation.
Foundation.
Okay. I mean, it's very interesting.
I'm not good with the names, just like,
Yeah. Okay. Well, here it says something. Okay. So, this is the Hubbard Foundation, it says here. Okay. Yes. Interesting.
If you want to read all exactly what the citation says, fine.
Wow.
Go ahead and do it.
Well, what I was interested in more is just, it's celebrating and recognizing the work of this Dianetics, right, with the foundation. And so, what is it that inspired you? Why is it? Because it's important. Words are words, and concepts are important in life, but also why a person does something. What is it that inspired you, and you said, I need to get this proclamation?
Well, inspired me because the way they've been doing it. Especially education about drug addiction. Yes. I think that's something very powerful. Something like, it's not only like, lawmaker is responsible, but end of the day is like all of us, we should be working together, and then we should be proud of whatever is doing so, those educational, to help our brothers and sisters to be out of it. I think for me, it's such a great attitude, and to do that, just to show the respect. I am very happy and deserve to get something good and the day for them to feel they're doing things great to inspire them to do better and more.
Right. This is like a recognition.
Recognition, just like.
So important. In this world, it seems like there's very little recognition. There's a lot of complaining.
Yes,
there's
just
a lot
complain,
of fault finding, right?
Correct. It's just complain. I think at the end of the day, we need to stop and complain and try to work on solution and solve the problem. I think if we stop and looking for always problem, we're looking for a solution. I think we can be better. We can do better.
It makes a lot of sense. So let me ask you a question, because I know a lot of the viewers out there always want to find something that'll help them in their lives, right? So, and you just mentioned the proclamation, and this book on the way to happiness. What is it that you found? What is it that you see that you feel, because you're a strong advocate for community, and here you're a lawmaker, right? So what is it that you see? What is the common thread that you like about these works here?
Well, this book, let me tell you, the most powerful, this book, is a lot of things very powerful. But the word I love it is when they say like you gotta work with your mental, meaning like, you know, you gotta be strong all the time and be prepared and ready. No matter what, you gotta take as is. This is most of it, the word work with your mental, not with your sentimental. As we know, we're just saying people right now, every time they try to complain, try to drag you down. But when you work with your mental, then you know how to solve those issues. You make you very strong and powerful. This is why most of it like this book.
Well, it makes a lot of sense. And I know you're an advocate also, you know, for people who have drug problems and they end up losing their jobs, and because they have economic problems and the drug problem, then they're homeless, and you know, it's like a vicious cycle and a spiral for these people, down, down, down. And you know, I know that you saw this book, and this is actually a program that I run, which is called Drug Free World. What is it you found in this booklet here in this program?
Well, this book right here, I find the most I love it, the education. I think I was just talking to the woman, she just mentioned if she knows those resources before,
yes,
whatever happened on the past will never be. Because that time, whatever spontaneous things happened in the house and the family, she did not know. Meaning, like, you know, the most thing I like is the education part. Education meaning not only to bring to the school, but meaning bring to the family, to the communities, and into the school. Then, like, you know, if any surprise coming in, you know how to deal with that. I think even though as a lawmaker, but I'm here literally personally, the person been witnessed, been here. And I think the education is the most powerful in success and work together to go through this. This is why I like most of those educational teaching stuff.
Makes sense. You know, countrywide, we're facing a lot of drug problems, housing problems. And in your Brockton area, what do you think needs to be implemented there within that community, that area of Massachusetts, to help turn this around?
First thing, like myself, I find we need to find a resource. And then a resource together with the educational. Because based on my interview, those folks, I asked them, why are you here? Why are you doing this? Like I just said, because they said, I lost my job. I lost my house. And I don't know what to do. I lost my family, because if you don't have no job, you have nothing. Of course, you lose everything else. Then it's too much painful. I just want to use this for me to escape out of this. I think the education is the most important. So no matter what struggle you go, is a part of their life. And it reflects this book again. Work with your sentimental, find a solution, not going through the wrong way. I think in Brockton, we need more educational, and then use this book, which I talked to Matt. I want to pass this book all over the place, all over Brockton, and then explain why I want everybody to have this book, because this book helped me a lot. And I know it's going to help someone else. And those two things is the most important, education and find a resource and help other people.
Absolutely. You know, sometimes when you're down, you know, you lose your way. And when that happens, a lot of people leave you. You don't really have anybody to help you, to support you. So, you know, I really want to compliment you that as a lawmaker, you know, a politician in the area, that you're helping these people to get through these problems. What do you think is missing in our country? What do you see that you think needs to change in our communities? Why do you think these problems are happening in our communities from your perspective? Because
like we're just talking about, everybody's complaining, no one's come together as a community. We need to stop and complain or blaming. We need to come as a community. We need to come as a people. Unify and survive through this.
Like a common survival.
Common survivor. How can we help? How can we do? And then teaching and then helping. Find out the solution and working together. This is why I'm here. Because when I got this invitation to be here, and then I was like, okay, I want to know what's it gonna be. Then when they said this, I was like, I need to learn more. How can I bring this to my community? And then this is why I drive 4 hours to come here, just to kind of learn and try to network with other resource or to see how can I do to help my community. This is why I'm here. And then I think we should focus, work together, network together, find solution together, and until we get out of this.
That situation, that makes a lot of sense, because it seems like in our society right now, if you look on Facebook, you look on Instagram, it seems like the solutions are how you as an individual can somehow corner the market, and you're going to make this amount of money every month and put all these people to work for you. And, when I always see these ads, I say to myself, well, what's happening to all these other people who are working for this one person, and the one person is benefiting, and it doesn't seem like they're contributing because the others are doing all the work. Do you find that you see that going on also in Massachusetts?
Well, actually, we're talking about selfishness. Selfishness because people are always thinking about themselves, making more, and then forget about other, or use somebody's soul, whatever, make them work for low rate, which they can survive, and for them to be on top of everything else. And it's also this book, I learned something about this book. I think, I forgot the page, I think 21. If you literally read this book, you're doing your interpretation, it can help you the way you can live, kind of literally freely, not necessarily kind of work for people, but try to be independent and survive through that. Kind of, again, how can I be on my own thing, which I'm business consultant as well. I'm always teaching people you can survive on your own thing instead of work for people, because when you work for people, you retire broken. But when you work for yourself, you can be tired, but you can retire in a good stable. I think something is going to mesh with that, saying things like this, kind of like that. Is it something work with your mental? Refactor, you work with your mental.
It makes total sense. And I would see how this book, it seems like there's moral precepts in the book. So, because I see you're a big advocate for safety, right? Security in the community?
Safety is the most important. Because without safety, especially right now, because the drug issue make the word unsafe.
Right, the crime. There's so much violence.
There's so much violence.
Drugs, right?
So much violence because the drug. All this is the drug. And then for one thing for us to combat with this is a dedication and resource. I think that's something we need to look into it.
Absolutely. And I noticed that you brought another, I see you have 2 proclamations, right?
Yes, citation.
What is this one? This is interesting.
This is for all the council, 11 members. And it's as well for the president of a council, if you want to open it yourself.
Yeah, let's take a look, yeah.
And take a look.
So this is Council 11.
Council 11.
I see.
We're 11 members.
Okay, different members. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Interesting. Okay.
And then it's signed by the president of a councilor.
Very nice.
And then signed by the city clerk. And then myself.
Beautiful. And this is again for this anniversary of Dynamics, which, if I'm not mistaken, this is about like the mind, right? The science of the mind. Appreciation,
what they've been doing, which we call citation for the gratitude.
Right. Because when I look at the drug problem, I look at it and I say, well, why did they take drugs to begin with?
Yes.
They probably weren't too happy to begin with.
Yes, probably let's find out why. Like if I said for my interview, basically because the resource or the education. I mean, those 2 things I think is the key for the community for us to kind of work and find the resource and education.
Right, the resource here really is making these people actually have an easing off of things that are causing them anxiety or maybe
trauma,
depression.
Lose all the benefits. As far as we know, as right now, the economy went up like a crazy. in Brockton, the housing went like very higher.
The prices
all right,
went
the
higher.
price is going crazy, the rate is going crazy. But okay, wherever you work, the price, like the pay rate's still the same. How can you survive?
Trying to stress.
It's stress. And some people make tons of money, and then some people just make the struggle to survive. How can
Right.
you pay your car loan? Can you pay your student loan? Can you pay your mortgage? Can you pay like whatever such is? And if you make it like literally 16 hourly, how can you afford it?
You're just going to be working constantly.
The worst is like, some of them said, well, for me to go looking for a place to stay or to rent a place, what are you looking for? They look first class in security. Literally $10,000 or something like you give a down payment. They may not have. And then they say, you know what, I'm done. Because the economy went up like crazy.
Absolutely.
And then a lot of people, this is why a lot of people, they don't believe in politicians, which I don't blame them. Even myself, because in the day we take this position, we said, okay, I'm here for you. I'm here to represent you. I am here to advocate for you and to go and find a resource for you. But I don't think we've been doing what we're supposed to do. For me, I'm always said, I think most of us probably just here for the position, not for the people, because we're not doing what we're supposed to do.
Very interesting. Well, you have very interesting, workable viewpoint, refreshing viewpoint, because it's an action viewpoint. What goals do you have? What is it you'd like to accomplish now in the coming years when you're in this position? What would you like to see that you get accomplished in your community?
Well, my accomplish right now, I want to focus on education. This is why I appoint a lot of people right now to, I got one right here, to become like, as an instructor to teach human rights with 30 rights we have. So as well to teaching like, which is going to be part of the drug, which is going to be whatever solution it is in the community. And on my ward too, I just appoint or elected literally 70, they call the watching Capitan leader. Basically, what do you do for your street address? You're gonna just see what's going on your street address. I meet with them once a month, and then they're gonna tell me, okay, what's going on your street? What's going on with your neighbor? What's going on with the trafficking? What's going on with the crime? Then that case, even though I am just one, I need 6 counselors to change the things, and for me to bring to the counselor to say, hey, you know what? I got those street address with this complaint. How can we do together to kind of find the solution to solve this problem? And then I want to focus more and find somebody to kind of work on your street, because I'm not going to know your street, what's going on over there. But because you're there every day, you know what's going on better than I do. Then we got the opportunity to talk together, to work together, to now work together, and to find solution together,
Right.
and to solve the issue if we can't.
It's very smart because you're making an organization, a team. It's going to bring unity. I look forward to seeing what happens the next few years. We'll have you back. You can give us a report. How's that sound?
Sounds very great. And then one thing too, I just partner with the organization, literally try to network through organization. We get grants to the food pantry, to the street, to the community. Like every month, we've been provided 300 family resource. Not much, but better than nothing. And then I want to looking for more partnership in terms like, whatever, the business, the food pantry, the education, whatever you so can join us to kind of develop, and about the drug, if you know better, about the law enforcement as well, partnership with that all, whatever so-called, to see if we can do much better for the people.
That's beautiful. I want to thank you for coming to the show.
Thank you. And it's a pleasure to have me. And I'm very appreciated and very blessed to be here.
Well, it's my pleasure. For those of you watching, let's follow this lead of Councilwoman Maria Tavares. Let's stop complaining. And you know what?
We got
Maybe we'll
solution.
pick up this happiness, the way to happiness, and find solutions and move forward. So I hope you enjoyed the show. I know I did. Maria, thank you. We'll see you on the next episode of A Time for Truth show. Be well.
This show was sponsored by A Time for Truth Foundation Incorporated as a community service.
Sometimes life can be so damn hard. You don't know where to go. Everything keeps falling apart. Yeah. You try to do your best, but only God knows that you've given everything you've got, but the world takes you down. You just keep moving on. Let your feet